COVID-19 forced companies all over the world to send their employees home to work virtually, something many had never considered before. Some businesses were caught off guard by the rush to provide employees with all the tools they need to work from home. However, once everyone had settled in, many office-based teams rapidly realized that employees could be just as productive and focused working from home, in many cases, even more so. My company has been entirely remote since we started back in 2013, so I have a unique perspective on what that looks like long term. As we come to the other side of this pandemic, many companies are asking to stay remote or return to the office. What's best for you? Hey guys, John Vong here and welcome back to my channel. Our working environments are so important to our productivity and success, and I think that's why many businesses were hesitant to have their employees work remotely. There is a fear of the unknown, and I think some business owners are stuck in the past ideology that someone sitting at a desk means they are more productive. But is forcing your employees into the office just so that you can watch them work really worth turning down all of the benefits of working from home? It will, of course, depend on what your business is. So let's talk about the difference between working from home and working in the office and what will be best for you. Number one, commuting. The average worker spends at least 27 minutes to 1 hour commuting to work each and every day, and the situation is becoming worse. Over 14 million people drive for an hour or more to get to work. By becoming a telecommuter, you and your employees can save a significant amount of time. Working from home can save you anywhere from 5 hours to 10 hours a week in commute time. When you put it in those terms, it's clear that the time saved is huge. However, some people prefer getting up early, getting ready, and having that separation of home and work. This is why many remote workers still prefer to work from a coffee shop or a co-working space. In the end, they despise commuting. No one wants to sit in traffic. Work-life balance continues to rise in relevance among today's workforce. Companies who are unaware of this are missing out on a tremendous potential to implement work-from-home initiatives that will benefit their employees. Some teams even use social media as a means of communication. My team uses Skype, but there are tons of options depending on what works best for you. You can have text chats, voice chats, even video calls through the app, so you are always connected with your team. Number two, flexibility. When you work in an office, you usually have a defined schedule. As a business owner, you expect your staff to be at their desk between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. But it's a little different when it comes to working from home. You may still keep the same work from home hours if your business depends on it. My team still works 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. because that is when our clients expect to hear back from us. However, you can now sleep in a bit and work from wherever you choose. Working hours will continue to adjust to meet the employee schedule as more organizations adopt a remote-first approach. This change gives you greater freedom in terms of when you start and finish your day, as well as where you work. You should be able to work from anywhere that has a solid internet connection. When working from home, some employees may find it difficult to disengage. When working remotely, up to a third of employees believe it's difficult to strike a balance between work and family life. When you're at work, it's easy to turn off your computer when you see your coworkers start to leave for the night. But when you're at home, those signs do not exist. Another significant advantage of working from home is the ability to freelance and take on side jobs. You may use the time you spend commuting to work on side projects or freelancing. It's a lot more profitable than sitting in traffic. Number three, office environment versus home environment. In the office, employees don't really have a choice about their work environment or office setting. That is set up by the company. They might be working with a noisy coworker or sitting near the air conditioner, both of which might reduce your productivity. At home though, everyone can set up their ideal office or workstation. You can choose between a standing or sitting desk, as well as your office furniture. You can control the temperature and your equipment, like an ergonomic chair or desk. Working from home gives you the opportunity to figure out what your ideal work environment is. And having the best work environment will obviously help with productivity. Number 4, financial cost. When it comes to finances, the contrast between working from home and working in an office can be observed, and we're not talking about how much money you make. When you work in an office, you're responsible for commute costs such as public transportation, gas, and maintenance. You may have to pay for parking if you're driving into the city. During the day, you're probably going to get a cup of coffee or grab lunch. All of these costs add up. There are numerous financial advantages to working from home. You won't be tempted to go out after work and spend money on happy hour. You're also more likely to eat at home because you have access to your fridge and your entire kitchen to whip up whatever you want. Working from home does come with its own set of expenses though. Employees must consider their energy expenditures such as electricity in addition to internet costs. They may also be responsible for starting expenditures associated with telecommuting technologies, which are generally borne by employers. Desks, seats, network routers, and monitors are all common work-at-home expenses. However, you can write some of these off in your taxes as work expenses. As a business owner, you can also save costs on commercial space if you don't have to have an office anymore. I hold my client meetings over Zoom or in coffee shops and always have. I haven't found an office a worthwhile expenditure. Number 5, productivity. Every 11 minutes, the average office worker gets interrupted. If that wasn't staggering enough, getting back on track takes 25 minutes. Are you one of those bosses that thinks that they need to see their employees at their desk for them to be productive? Turns out an office environment can be distracting. Working remotely does not lend itself to casual conversations with coworkers. Remote workers, of course, can boost productivity significantly. Consistent research has shown that remote workers log longer hours than their office-bound counterparts. It is undeniable that working from home increases productivity over working in the office. However, increasing your productivity and reducing distractions at home might be a learning curve. Number 6, management. Many businesses have had to make the transition to remote employment for the first time because they've never had to manage remote staff before. Managers are likely to be anxious. Managers have a clear picture of what their team members are working on when they work from an office. They can ask questions, have regular check-ins, and whiteboard meetings to ensure that everything is running smoothly. This is why having the correct tools is so important for success in remote work. To complete large projects, we need a combination of outstanding leadership and organizational tools like Asana. As a manager, you may feel compelled to micromanage workers who work from home. Rather, we recommend that you trust people to execute unless they prove otherwise. Employees want to succeed, and it's your duty to assist them in doing so. Hold weekly meetings with your staff or monthly meetings with large groups where everyone can check in and be informed on what others are working on. This will help you manage remotely and will also help employees feel connected. As the pandemic comes to an end, many businesses are questioning whether in-office work is really what's best, or if we're just doing it because it's what's become the norm. Really, weigh the pros and cons. If you have found that your business has been more profitable and productive over the past year, then remote work might be the future for your business. Let me know in the comments how you found remote work for your business and if it's something you're going to stick with. As always, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, hit that notification bell, and let's grow together.